Yo, what is up my dudes? Welcome back to my channel. Hope your day's going well. And just before I start today's video, I would like to ask you, if you watch my content, if you enjoy my content and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Roughly about 65 to 69% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed, and it would greatly help me out if you consider subscribing. Been getting a lot of subscribers recently, so I am gonna aim for 5k in the near future whenever that happens. So please help me out with that and subscribe if you haven't already. Now on to today's video. I'm gonna go over every single unit and tell you what set you should give them, what gear set. Now there's a lot of units here, right? So if I explain in depth why you should give them that set, then this video is gonna be over an hour long, right? And I don't want to do that to you guys, so I'm gonna keep it short and concise, go over every single unit, and hopefully you find this information helpful. Now because I know all of these units very well, and I just I'm just very familiar with this game, what I tell you is probably going to be, it's probably going to be accurate, right? It's probably going to be the better idea. Not saying that anything I say is like just the best thing ever, but generally what I think is probably a good thing to base off, just because I am really knowledgeable in this game. So I'm not saying you have to listen to me, but I'm just letting you know that I'm not pulling anything out of the blue, right? Whatever I tell you, it's probably going to be good info. Now with Valenti, in PvP, HP defense with resistance rolls. In Grey Demon boss, you will run her attack defense. If your middle row, like the necklace and the earring, are defense pieces, and you have the top and the bottom row attack pieces, you can run her attack defense with resistance rolls. If you don't have that though, don't worry, just run her attack defense, you'll still be fine. You won't take too much damage, just because Grey Demon just doesn't, naturally just doesn't do much damage. So yeah, attack defense in Grey Demon, HP defense in PvP. I wouldn't use triple defense because that goes by a point of diminishing returns, where you're just losing CC for no reason, and you're not getting too much out of it because she already has really high defense. Keep that in mind. Dogedo, whatever you want to call him, I'd run him HP defense if you ever run him for whatever reason. Like, I don't know why you'd run this guy, but I guess HP defense, he has skills which I'm not going to go over. I don't want to go too long with this video. He has skills that are meant to do damage, but they're just not going to do damage, so just run him HP defense. Death Pierce, you're going to run him as a sub unit in pretty much any scenario, so just on that merit, HP defense. I always recommend your sub units to be HP defense, because chances are if your sub unit has to come out, you're probably not doing too well in the PvP fight, right? Galland, I wouldn't, if you use him attack defense, that would be fine, but I would personally use him HP defense, because Escanor will flatten him, and Escanor is a very popular unit. If you don't have Escanor, or if you don't use Escanor, there's something wrong, right? Because Escanor is just a incredible PvP unit. Because of Escanor, Galland is barely used, so I'd recommend HP defense. If you can get his ultimate, right, and you increase his base stats by 50%, he's going to be incredibly hard to kill, because he'll have so much HP. He'll have a good attack value, and he'll also have a good defense value, right? So I feel like having much more HP and having less attack is better than having a lot less HP but a bit more attack, right? Because HP set gives you way more HP, right? Whilst an attack set gives you more attack but way less HP, because HP just scales differently. So yeah, I recommend HP defense on Galland in PvP. Escanor, there is only one way to run him, and that is attack defense. Rimuru, I'd run him attack defense in PvP, because if you use his taunt, he will heal back some HP. And if you use him HP defense, he's just going to hit incredibly soft, and yeah, I don't think you want that. You might want to run him HP defense to keep him alive for his taunt, but it's pretty hard to keep that taunt going, right? Unless you're using him with a Gowther maybe. So yeah, I'd run him attack defense, but HP defense is fine if you don't need him to do damage. This Diane, attack defense, because she can do good damage, but if you want to go the extra mile, you can run her attack crit resist, because crit resist is an actual gear set. It requires 2 pieces, and the crit resist will give her an extra 30% crit resistance, which thanks to her unique, that turns into 30% extra crit chance, sorry. So if you want an extra 30% crit chance, you can give her a crit resist gear piece, 2 of them. So attack crit resist if you really want to maximize her, or you can just be safe and run attack crit damage. Green Ellie Hawk, very simple. Attack defense with pierce rolls. She has a pierce skill, so that's just naturally what you're gonna run. Blue Demon Meliodas, same thing as Elihawk. Attack defense with pierce rolls. You can be cheeky like me and use attack crit damage with pierce rolls, but just to be super safe, attack defense with pierce rolls. Red Demon Meliodas, in PvP, attack crit damage, or if he's your sub unit, you could even go as far as triple crit damage if you are really, you know, if you really do have balls of steel, which I don't. I'd never run him a triple crit damage in PvP, but if you do have balls of steel, you can do that if he's the sub unit. In raids, in Howlix Demon, attack defense. No point doing attack crit damage, because unless he's like the last surviving unit, you're not going to crit the Howlix Demon regardless, so you can't take advantage of the crit damage. Arthur, I like to run attack defense on my Arthur so he does more damage, but perfectly understandable if you run HP defense. There's really no right or wrong there. Attack defense, there's a lot of green units in PvP, so if you get a level 2 buff with Arthur and he has the attack set, you'll do so much more damage. At the same time, if he has a HP defense set and you get the buff up, he'll have a lot more HP, be a lot more tanky, and either attack defense or HP defense, his ultimate is probably still going to one-shot anyway, so yeah. Elaine, you're not going to use her much. In fact, you'll probably never use her again, but if you did use her in PvP, HP defense, she's a utility unit. Her skills are utility based. She's not meant to do damage, so just on that merit, you'd want her to stay alive. Green Dreyfus, he has a utility unique, so just on that merit, you'd want him HP defense so he survives, so he can get the full ultimate gauge to abuse his unique with the pierce rate units. Green Hendrickson, due to his unique being a pierce rate booster, I would recommend HP defense. He can be very powerful against mono red teams even though he's green, because he can remove their buffs AoE. He can remove buffs AoE. Is that AoE? Yeah, it's AoE. And his ultimate does rupture damage AoE. So you can potentially mess up mono red teams with him even though he's green, just based on the fact that his skills counter mono red pretty hard, but chances are you're not going to use him. So just run HP defense. Simon, I mean, if you're a troll, you'll use him HP defense. If you're a troll, you use him attack set, but he's an R unit and his stats are just way too low to compromise your team with an attack set, so I suggest HP set for Simon. Red Slater, you can run like crit chance defense if you are really cheeky, but I don't recommend that. I recommend attack defense, because even though he's pretty squishy, he does have lifesteal on one of his skills, and just based on the fact that he can lifesteal some pretty good HP back, you can run him attack set. He has a decent ultimate and his skill doesn't do it's not too bad, right? Also, he does have a very good utility skill, the overpower, and his unique does decrease everyone's crit resist by his crit chance. He already has a pretty good crit chance. I think it's like sub 40%, like maybe 41% or something like that if you have all his weapons, so that's already really good. Blue Slater in Red Demon, I personally run him attack crit damage, but you might want to run triple crit damage, right? Or you might just want to run attack defense, even though I think attack crit damage is optimal for him. You might want to run triple crit damage, so I'll leave that choice to you. In PvP, you're not going to crit, so attack defense if you want to use him in PvP. Gustav, he's a freeze unit, bit of a troll unit. If you use him in PvP, it's going to be HP defense. Do not compromise your team and try to abuse his unique, because this, although it works against Valenti, you have to go first, and chances are if you're using Gustav in your team, you're probably not going to go first if you have a pierce rate rolled on your gear, to which it would probably be HP defense gear. Your CC will be way too low to go first, so keep that in mind. Sorry about that, guys, but yeah, just had some apple juice. After Gustav, who do we have? Kane. Run him HP defense, save yourself the trouble. Alioni, he's a taunt unit, HP defense. Merlin, Green Merlin. I'm a thick boy, like a really thick boy, so I run her HP defense, but most people would run her attack defense. The reason why is that her perfect cube scales off attack, so using a HP defense on her, you do lose out on a stronger cube, but since I'm confident in my ability to one-tap people with her ultimate, and that I want her to survive as long as possible, I run HP defense. But for most people, you're going to want to use attack defense for Green Merlin. Green Hellbrim, HP defense. Jericho, in PvP, I'd run attack crit damage. In PvE, Grey Demon and stuff, I'd run triple crit damage. Green Grimoire, to get the best out of him, you ideally want a triple defense, but since he has the highest HP value in the game, you very well might just want to use HP defense. Red Grimoire, one of the best subs that you can use right now, HP defense. Hauser, now I use him attack crit damage with pierce rolls, but if you're not, yeah, I think for most people you might just want to run a attack defense with pierce, but I go the extra step because he has a skill that increases his crit chance. So if you can crit on that skill, the crit damage will pay off. So that's why I use attack crit damage with pierce. Blue Gila, in farming, attack defense. In PvP, HP defense, very simple. Red Gila, she's just meant to do damage, so you're just gonna run attack defense for just anything you use it for. You're gonna want to run a attack defense. Green Gil, real men would use attack defense, but I'm a bit of a wussy, so I use HP defense. Red Gil, HP defense because he increases his resistance by so much once he has full ultimate gaze that you're gonna patience attacks even if his HP defense. You don't need a triple defense on him. Gowther, you can do this 3 ways. You can go attack defense, HP defense, or triple defense. Most people can't get away with using him triple defense. I mean, I can, but most people can't. So generally, if he's the utility unit in your team, if you need him for the rank ups and the attack ceiling, HP defense. If you need him for the ultimate nuke, attack defense, yeah, ultimate nuke, attack defense, utility, HP defense, and balls of steel, you'd run triple defense. This Green King, if you're using him in PvP, you probably are pretty damn desperate, at which point you'd want to use triple crit damage, because you're going to crit everyone, right? If you have his ultimate and you use it, you will absolutely crit everyone on the field. And if you have triple crit damage, that's 60% extra crit damage you're going to get, so very good. If you're worried that you're not going to crit as much, then use attack defense in PvP. In raids, I run him triple crit damage. It's just the best thing to run for him, because when you have buffers like Hellbrim and stuff in your team, he's going to crit regardless, so keep that in mind. Blue King falls in the same spot as Gowther, whereas if he's the unit who nukes in your team, then attack defense. If he's meant to be the utility unit who heals back, who petrifies, and who also has a strong ultimate, HP defense. I mean, HP defense on Gowther and King, regardless, their ultimate will still do good damage, but if you want to go that step further, attack defense for them. Coin Shop Barn, you can't run anything but attack defense on this guy, so yeah. Blue Diane, if she's meant to be the nuker in your team, attack defense. If she's meant to be the nuker in your team that you're going to stall a bit for, because you can stall with her to get more attack from her unique, you can use HP defense. Red Ellie, HP defense, she's just a sub unit, nothing more, nothing less. Green Ellie, HP defense, even though her heal does skill off her her heal skill scales off attack, but it's already so powerful that you can just get away with HP defense. Blue Meliodas, attack defense, his unique, he'll get more crit chance. Literally within 2 or 3 stacks, you'll have enough crit chance to crit any unit in the game, and if you can crit, you'll do more damage, so attack defense for him. Arden, he's pretty worthless as a unit, but if I was to run him, I'd run him HP defense. I mean, I would say run him attack defense, but he does no damage regardless, so yeah. Deldry, HP defense, you want her to survive, to abuse her unique and her taunt skill, which is very good. Green Lilia, if you want her to do good damage, you'll run attack defense. If she's the sub unit, you'll run her HP defense. Benny Maru, I'd run him attack defense just because there's nothing else to run on him. Like, that's literally all you can run on him. Milim, I tried her with triple crit damage in PvP and I was not impressed whatsoever. Even though she has really high crit chance, she didn't seem to crit too often. So be safe and use attack crit damage. Slime Rimuru, HP defense, he's just meant to be a sub unit. this blue king right here, you can run HP defense, but if you really want to maximize his counter, his taunt, you'd run attack defense. Green fat king, attack defense, because he does have a really good AoE. This red barn, attack defense, if he's on HP defense, then you're not going to do much damage, because he's meant to reduce gauge and he has a strong single target ultimate. Just on that merit, I'd say attack defense. This barn, although you're not using him now, you will absolutely use him when Hell Red Demon comes out. When Hell Death Matches come out, you will absolutely need this guy in your Red Demon team. Attack defense, of course. This barn is just a single target version of Coin Shop Barn, so attack defense. This Diane, she can do good damage. She also increases her crit chance every time she takes damage, so attack defense for her. Both of the Ellie Hawks, attack defense, because they're meant to do damage, so keep that in mind. Attack defense for both of them. Blue Arthur, attack defense. Tyzo, don't use him, but if you did, HP defense. This what's his face, Dreyfus, he's meant to do damage somewhat, so I would say attack defense, but I wouldn't recommend you use him. Hendrickson, meant to do damage, so attack defense. Vivian, she's meant to do damage, attack defense. Jillian, she's just there for her unique, so HP defense. Hugo, he's meant to do damage even though he's an R unit, so I would use attack defense. Weinheit, he's a farming unit, so attack defense. Marmus, he's only there for his unique, HP defense. Freesia, she's garbage, but HP defense, she's a utility unit. I don't think she even has the capability to do damage, right? So yeah, HP defense for her. Jude, attack defense, because he's meant to do damage even though he's an R unit. I don't get why R units are meant to do damage, like when they have damaging skills, when they're just not going to do damage at all. So yeah. Ruin, HP defense, you want him to stay alive as long as possible. Golgius, he's meant to be a farming unit, so naturally attack defense. Tweegod, sadly guys, we have to give Tweegod a HP defense because we can't risk him dying, okay? Tweegod he just can't die, so we have to give him a HP defense. Blue Merlin, she can do some big damage, but it requires setup. Based on that, I would say attack defense. Red Merlin is interesting because attack defense, she can do some very, very high single target damage with her unique. She gets more pierce rate every time she gets an ultimate gauge. Every time she gets ultimate gauge, she'll increase her pierce rate by 10%. So 50% when she gets full gauge, and then when she gets her ultimate, she will get another 50%. So 100% extra pierce when she has full ultimate gauge. Even though she can do big damage, I'd run HP defense because she's a freeze unit, and you want her to stay alive as long as possible. Red Hellbrum, how many do we have left? Not too many. Okay, Red Hellbrum, attack defense. There is nothing else you could run on him. This Jericho, I don't know why you'd use her, but if you did, I'd run HP defense. This Jericho, if you really want to use her in PvP, man, I mean, she'd die to Escanor in 2 hits because she's just so squishy. She's like the squishiest unit in the game, and Escanor would absolutely destroy her. But if you really want to use her, I'd say attack crit damage, because I'm actually going to show you guys. She has like pretty much the highest crit damage, like just the highest base crit damage in the game, and she also has incredibly high lifesteal. So attack crit damage with this girl would be very good because she has 37% crit chance, right? And this skill right here increases her crit chance, so she's gonna have a, what's she gonna have, a 74% crit chance when she uses that skill. 74%, that's a very good chance to crit. So yeah, attack crit damage would be good for her. Also, she does heal back. She's a very good unit actually. I might build her up to test her in PvP. Attack crit damage is what I would recommend for her, unless she's a sub unit, which I would put her HP defense. This Grimoire is a taunt unit. I'd use him HP defense. This Hauser is just garbage. Don't use him. Don't use him. This Hauser has a taunt like a Blue Fat King, so attack defense if you really want to use him. Blue Gil, HP defense. He's meant to buff blue units defense. So just on that, he's going to be in the sub slot. so HP defense naturally. Green Gowther, sorry, he's a utility unit, so I'd run him HP defense. Blue Gowther is a utility unit, I'd run him HP defense. Even though he has a weak point AoE, it does no damage, even if he's attack set, trust me, I know. So yeah, HP defense for him. Red Nunchaku Barn, attack defense. This Diane, why would you use her, guys? I mean, I don't know, but I'd use her attack defense if you really wanted to. This skill is garbage. Triple pierce rate AoE, but 3% pierce, even though she does increase her pierce from her unique 8% every time someone takes damage, so up to 40%. Sure, I guess you can run attack defense even though she doesn't do much damage. This Elizabeth, you are not going to want to give her any gear whatsoever, because the whole thing about her is that she's meant to die. So yeah, I'd run her no gear whatsoever. Just do that. Unequip all of her outfits to get her to as low stats as possible, and happy days. Last but not least, this Meliodas. HP defense, the higher his HP, the more damage he'll do from his counter, because it does not scale off attack, it scales off HP. Like, this man could have 0 attack and he'd still counter for big damage if you have lots of HP, so keep that in mind. But yeah, guys, I tried to go over this as fast as I can just because there's so many units, and I don't want to say, like, you know, HP defense, attack defense. I want to give some kind of explanation, but I don't want to go too in depth, otherwise the video will be way too long. So far 21 minutes, not too bad, but yeah, we're done with that. Thank you very much for watching the video. Leave a like if this helped you out in any way, shape or form. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a good day.